All right, we're back. This time, we're going to be looking at human land use. So, as you can see here, there is information about how humans use land. How does this relate to our learning goal? Let's have a look. We're learning how to, we had to fill in the blank here, right? How the environment provides opportunities for people and how it challenges people. We're also learning too something, you have to insert a verb there, how people change the environment as they use it. So, what does the environment provide for us? Well, hopefully by doing all these activities you'll have an answer to that question. As you can see as well here, we're also learning to something, insert your own verb there, identify, for example, how people change the environment as they use it. So how do we change the environment? So we're going to look at this here. Okay, humans use the land in many different ways. When we use the land, we change the physical environment. So this speaks directly to this learning goal. We are learning to identify, for example, how people change the environment as they use it. So when humans build things, for example, how would the land get changed, or how would the environment get changed? So, for example, humans build schools, hospitals, police stations, community centers, fire stations, etc. They also build baseball fields, soccer fields, gyms, factories, farmland, airports, roads, etc. All these things here, right? However, each of these things here is given a big name in geography, okay? All of these here are called institutional land use examples. Recreational land use examples are things like baseball fields, soccer fields, and gyms, like fitness centers, for example, or large gymnasiums. Industrial land use are things like factories, light or heavy industry, for example. So light industry meaning maybe making small things, and heavy industry meaning making very large things like airplanes and trains. Humans also use the land for farming, and we call that agricultural land use. Okay? Transportation land use. Airports, roads, highways, bus, ferry terminals, streets, railways. Residential land use. For example, houses or apartments, or in Japan we call them mansions. Green or open space land use. For example, parks, golf courses, or country clubs. Commercial land use. Businesses, for example, company offices, shops like convenience stores, or department stores, things like this. Okay. So as you can see here, there are many different names and classifications for each type of land use. All right. So these are just big geography words that we use, but if you can remember them, each of these has many kinds of many examples under it. So if you use the word transportation land use, people will understand that's for things like this. Okay? If you say residential area or residential land use, people will understand that you mean houses and apartments or mansions. Okay? So it's good to learn these words. You don't have to say something like houses, apartments, when you mean residential. Okay? You can just say residential and everybody understands this is what you're talking about. Okay? So how do humans change the environment as they use it? Well, consider the area around Columbia International School. All right? So let's think about this here. All right? How could the land use around Columbia International School be improved to better suit the needs of Columbia students and families living in this area. So how are we using it already? So let's have a look at this here. Okay, here's an example of a land use map. Here is the school, the gym and the elementary school, the new one. The annex is where we are now, and the main building. All right, here's the large field where we play sports and things like this. So this is how the land is being used for Columbia. But look around Columbia. You can see there are factories, an apartment here, another factory here, another house here, a road, another factory. We have a car shop over here, some more houses. All right, we've got a parking lot, another parking lot over here. We've got the Kuroneko or the Black Cat delivery service here. We've got another factory here. We've got a sewage area here, that grass area with the fence around it, and sometimes there's water in there. Okay, we've got other factories, okay. And then we've got some organizational building here. So we've got many different examples of how the land around CIS is being used, right? Somebody has decided what goes in here, okay? People working at the city office will have some area, and then you must make an application to put something on it. Or you must buy the land from the city or the government, and then you can put something on it. However, they will say yes or no. The government will say yes or no, or the local city will say yes or no. And that depends on how they would like the land to be used. So, how would you like the land to be used around CIS? This is the question. You can see how it's currently being used. How would you like it to be used? Okay, how could the land use around CIS be improved to better suit the needs of CIS students and the families living in this area and the other people working in this area? I want you to think about that. And then make your own land use map. Okay, you can make your own. But first, what you need to do is go back to this one. Okay, let's have a look here. Here we go. Okay, and in this area, this legend here, okay, the school area land use now, you need to make a legend with each of these words, these types of land use. So institutional, recreational, industrial, agricultural, transportation, residential, green or open space, commercial. All right, which of these are residential, industrial, recreational, institutional? Okay, you're going to put those in here. So you're going to write institutional, for example, and then you're going to write the examples from the map beside it. Okay, just like I've done here. So CIS is a school, of course. So that's an example of institutional. So in that case, you're going to write institutional, and then you're going to write CIS, or this school here. Okay? How about industrial? How about green space or open space? Okay? There are many others. I'd like you to list all the ones that you see, okay, all of these land use examples that you see, and then from the map, write in the examples like this beside it, the ones that you see on this map. Okay? When you're finished doing that, then I'd like you to create your own land use map. Okay? So create a new document similar to this, except you're going to completely change everything the way you think it should be. How would it be? Right? Showing how you would rearrange the way the land is used around CIS to make it better for the students and students of the school and for the other people who live and work around it. So how would you make the area around CIS more interesting or just better? Okay? So you're going to then, on your own, as an assignment, change everything that you see here. You don't even have to keep the same shapes. Okay? You can change the shapes, but you have to basically use the same amount of space, because you can't make new land, right? You're just going to have to use the land that already is here. Okay, and so then when you've done that, when you finish making, labeling this map, the example, and then making your own, what you're going to do is make sure that it's all colored, and then you can eventually present it. And you're going to create an advertisement to promote it. Okay, and we're going to connect that to our English unit. So that's your assignment. Okay, first do this, then do this on a piece of, on a Word document you make yourself. Okay, you can first draw it by hand if you like, and then go in and make it on a Word document and make your own little map. All right, so we'll stop there, and then I will give you further instructions in class if I need to. Okay, if you finished everything else, then you can do this worksheet, which is a crossword. Okay, just for a little review of everything. Okay, that's it.